There is nothing more comfortable than a heated floor within your home. It is luxurious. Do you know they make that stuff right here in Hillsboro, Oregon, here at Gold Heat? Let's go take a look. It's some cool stuff. All right, we're sitting here in Gold Heat talking with Brian Bishop. Thanks for having us in today, man.
You're welcome.
Let's go into the process here because I love a heated tile floor, and it's one of those things to me, no matter what the heat is, once you have it, you never not want to have it.
I can't tell you how many customers say, I've had it and I won't buy anything else without it again.
Absolutely.
So when a customer comes to us and says they want a heated floor, the first thing I want to know is how much is it going to cost them and how much power are they going to need?
Sure.
So they send us their floor plan and we do a rough outline. We send them back a color-coded drawing of their floor plan, where the heat's going to be. We know how many square feet that's going to be. We know how much power it's going to draw, and we know how much it's going to cost them. And if they said, yes, that's what I want, then we go into the detailed drawing. Kyle over here is doing a drawing right now, and what he does is he brings in the drawing and he knows all the design rules and all the code compliance.
Sure.
So we do something that UL will still sign off on, and he creates a drawing that uses one of our 17 different wire sizes depending on the size of your mat. He gets the spacing right, so we meet the code limit of 15 watts per square foot.
Sure.
And once he's done with that, and the customer signs off on, yes, that's where I want my heat, then we go plot it out over here and take it out to the floor.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many things that happen at this process, right? Because you can't have a cable too close to a toilet.
Right.
If you've got other areas there where you're trying to keep that away from, maybe underneath the vanity where you don't want it, things like that, that's a really big deal.
Well, that's the beauty of our product, is we can do arbitrary size and shapes. So we can have even a 4 or 5 inch wide area that we just go through to the next part of the mat. I'll show you on the floor how that all works.
That's great. And so basically we come over here to the next area then, right?
Come to the next area. Once the plot's been signed off, then we send in on this massive plotter. It's either 36 or 44 inches wide for those keeping score at home. And the paper fits up on our tools. And all we do on this tool is we draw red for the border and green for the wire goes. And that's code to the folks on the floor on how to set drilling holes in the tool to mark where the nails are, the rods, so that we can go and run the wire.
That is great. So we go outside and take a look at that?
Let's go outside.
All right, let's do it. So we got these plans printed out. They're on the wall now.
They're on the wall.
What next?
So now we go and drill holes at all the corners where the wire's supposed to go, and the corners where the border's supposed to be, so that we can push in some little metal rods called dowels to set the corners of how to run the wire.
Okay, so that's basically the pins that hold that in the corners so they can rotate around that corner to control the wire.
That's right. So the wire is held onto the A-frame with some tension so that we can glue it.
All right, so what's the next step that we've got here?
The next step is to put the fabric over the dowels.
Okay.
We have a mesh fabric that we pour the thin set through when you're doing the trowel work. Then we start at one corner, set the wire, and just go back and forth in a zigzag pattern, going around each of those pins we just set in the tool.
Got it.
Once they've run all the wire, then they put a glue gun on it, glue the wire to the fabric, and these boards have a silicone release paper so the glue doesn't stick to the board. When you're done, you just pull the whole mat off and send it to the next step of the process.
Nice, that works. And so yeah, so that's that cable that is all protected.
Right, that's a stainless steel braid on this, we call it a ruggedized wire.
Okay.
So it's a heating wire, inside insulation, inside a stainless steel braid.
Wow, that's different because that protects that wire and makes it so much stronger.
Yeah, so that if someone slams the metal trowel edge down on the edge, they might cause a problem, but for normal handling, it's not.
So what's our next step after this?
So once we get down to whole wire, the guys in this case are putting a filler wire on because of the way that this particular customer wants their process to go. They have a non-heated wire we put in just to make sure it's a constant thickness all the way through.
Okay.
Now this mat's really thin. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
So it'll get lost in the thin set because I don't know about you, but 1/2 inch is not uncommon for a thin set.
No question. All right, we're at the next step here. What do we got going on here?
So we have cold leads. So we have heated wire on the mat.
Yeah.
And then you have to get wire up to the thermostat. You don't want that wire heating. You don't want it hitting the wall. And there's regulatory requirements. It has to be at least 6 feet long, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We cut them to length, prepared, even with clothing size tags on
Nice.
This is the 12 foot, the 16 foot. So the customers can specify off of a short list of different things. We don't want someone saying 17 feet 3 inches. Like,
absolutely.
Pick one.
Pick one.
and then we attach that to the mat in the cold heat attach station.
Okay. And so that's what gets the power from the thermostat out to the mat.
That's right. So the wire is a huge long loop. It's this zigzag pattern.
Yep.
And you hook up hot to one side and neutral to the other, and the braid goes to ground. So your
Yep.
ground fault interrupter circuits still work, because if the power starts going to ground, it's going to figure it out, just
Yep.
like anything else in the house.
Absolutely.
And there's a process we go through to have a fairly watertight, really robust way of attaching two dissimilar metals, regular tin copper, to the really special heating wire that we use in that. It's an intricate process. So
Yeah.
over 20 odd years, we've developed a way to safely and reliably attach those wires.
All right, so we got a finished product, it looks like here.
Right, it came off the cold lead attach station, and they sit here in an area ready to go forward. It's got the cold lead here. It's all ready to go into the boxes. We have a number of different boxes depending on the size of the mat.
Sure.
And then as a final check, they go and we have them pre-stripped, so they're easy for electrician to work with. Again, it's time on the job site.
Yep.
Make it super easy, super simple. Hit the easy button.
Yeah.
And we have drawings in here so that they know what to expect. We put an instruction manual, a quick install guide, just all the packets, because some people have installed these a zillion times, and some people it's the first
No question.
time.
Yeah.
And we want to make them successful on mat one.
Yeah, that way they could have done 10 other companies, but now they need to know how you guys do it.
Right. And once companies come to us, they're ours. They don't they don't go down the road.
There you go.
We're very proud of that.
All right, so we're at the last step
We're at the
here.
last step. We're at the tape the box step here. But there's
Nice.
a couple of things. We have this regulatory compliance label because we have a UL listing, CSA listing,
Yep.
which is important if you're putting in residential to have
No
that
question.
listing. And there's a number on here that is the design number for this mat.
Okay.
We have a record of every mat we produced the last 20 odd years.
Wow.
Every single one. These mats don't fail. If they break, it's because someone breaks them.
Correct.
Someone will put a nail through it, screw through it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
Shower door installer put a bolt through something,
it happens
right?
all the time, right?
Yeah.
You pull this number off to where the thermostat is. We pull this design up. We give you or rent you, or you can have a TDR, time domain reflectometer.
Okay.
It's a radar for wire.
Okay.
So it sends a pulse down. We send the pulse down on the white side against ground, on the black side against ground.
Okay.
Look at the distances as it comes back. Pull it up on the drawing. That's the spot. You pull that tile, and you fix what was wrong.
Are you kidding me? Instead of having to tear the whole thing up and start over.
We are opposed to tearing the whole floor up.
Oh.
So you can pull one tile, maybe two.
Man, that is great. I love what you guys are doing down here, because I tell you what, I'm a fan of heated floors, as everyone should be, because once you've had it,
You don't go back.
you don't go back.
You do not go back.
And you guys are made right here in Hillsboro. That's the great part.
Little industrial space, hidden away in a corner. And 15, 18 people, depending on the week, here working, making things happen.
Man, that is great. And now you can have heated floors made right here in your own backyard. Who doesn't want that?